Hi everybody, welcome back to GregTech New Horizon, episode 38 with me, Sid, and I've just been plodding along, doing a few bits and pieces. I have made the 128 cupronickel wire ready to make the cupronickel blocks. Now those require the assembler 8 per and then 12 of these aluminosilicate wool, which we're going to make with sapphire dust and silicon dioxide. We can do it with any of those. You can do it with nether quartz dust as well. You know, there's whole things. Now the silicon dioxide, if I can get myself in there, we can get by we can centrifuge glass dust or flint dust, and I have done a whole load of flint dust which we have got from centrifuging. We'll find it, it's in here eventually. Diatomite. So yeah, I've kind of had a play with this, but only dabbled my toes in the water, to be honest. But today we are going to head back out to the twilight. I haven't been there for a while, and I've got a few things I would like to try out. So yeah, we'll go and have a little stroll out there, see what we can get up to. I'm reasonably well armoured. I'm reasonably well armed. I am tempted to ditch that gear thing because it just annoys me. It's extra inventory slots, but I try not to need them that often. Oh, Naga's still nagering. There, look, there's the nagering around. We don't want to play with no naga though, so we are going to head off this way a little bit. I do love the Twilight Forest as a mod. It was such a well done mod. Yeah, with its things. Obviously designed realistically as a standalone mod. You know, you were supposed to come in here with very little and kind of work your way through. Now, I would like to get myself a little bit away from that Naga pen out here and turn on that. So we're here and we're right next to sapphire. You can see we've got sapphire left, right and centre, so sapphire is not an issue. I am tempted to also try and uncover a few more. We've got some iron nodes, which is really handy. I could do with a lot of that at some point. So there's a little bit of me that's tempted to go down and try and find the next. So this is the ore chunk, and I've already done a little tunnel down. And again, as we've already mentioned about... Hello? No, sir. Where was I? I was... Yeah, so that's the chunk. And so if we go here, 1, 2, because the twilight is Y34 for the surface or thereabouts, in theory, the next one should be the ore chunk, I think. No, this one. So in theory, you can get quite quite good levels of loot without having to tunnel too far down. Let me just whack a torch in. Of course, you've got to find the actual ore first. Which is not going well. Brown limonite, so this is an iron chunk. There you go. Right, we can leave this one behind then. And then probably work on this direction. And I think it will be this one that's an ore chunk. Yes. So I might as well go from here, right? The only problem with this Somatic now is it's a little bit too good. I mean, it's a good problem to have. Small ruby ore. This is probably therefore going to be a ruby. Just gotta find it. Or it's not actually worthwhile bothering. Which is always a possibility. Right, anyway, we didn't come here to really prospect. We came here to get some sapphire, and that is directly ahead of us in the next chunk that we've got picked out. So, must be this one. Green sapphire, there you go. What I will actually do is I'll turn those back on, because that gives me... I'm going to say that this must be the level. And realistically, I suppose we can just close that up temporarily and we'll go... and tunnel out here. Not an F8, it's an F7, isn't it? What did F8 do? Oh, I think it's that stupid thing, isn't it? Alright, okay. Boop, there we go. Right, so that's going to get us green sapphire and that and whatever they are. Yep, sapphires and this stuff and sapphires. So pretty good. I'm going to do myself a little bit of mining and we'll take this back and we can be working on the cupronickel coils, and then I think, I don't know, but I think we will have absolutely everything we need to get the electric blast furnace up and running, which is, well, exactly what I wanted, isn't it, really? So yeah, shouldn't be any surprise. That's what we've been working towards. Why are you... It makes more sense to be there, doesn't it? Right. I'll have those living twigs just because they are useful. We'll mine the rest out later. Okay, I've got a whole load of mining to do. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, I've got a reasonable amount of these. I want to have a go with this on that. I don't think it's going to do what I think it's going to do. Yeah, it will struggle quite significantly to... These trees are just too big. I mean, I could try one of these canopy. I think it's a canopy tree. So, I heard a kobold. That'll do it. I mean, not a lot of space left for anything else, but it definitely worked. I'm going to grab some of these canopy tree saplings because why not, eh? Should I go for a bit of organic lighting while I'm... Oh god, there's a lot going on down there. Bit of organic lighting. What have I got here that I don't really need? Venison, fireflies. I think that... I mean, I could probably bring it down with this unstable mattock, no problem, but I get this strong suspicion that that it's going to be, how do I put it? Unpleasant. I mean, I might as well just keep going with the things. Now, what I would like to do is to try and level up this fella. Where are you? I haven't got a lot of things, but you know, that's now got 54 experience. That's got 61. It's steady, and then we just go and repair. Nobody else coming out to play though. Not that I've got a huge amount of... Is that kobold following me or something? Am I bothered about any of that? Probably not. Should I go down and get it? Probably. I haven't got the inventory though, have I? So, plus I'm down to 5 bolts on this. Again, this... Oh, hello. There's a lot of activity underground, just none of it helpful. But again, we can kind of build this up. I'd like to get this built up a little bit before I come in and decide to play with old Naga over there. It would be nice to have a good, powerful level crossbow. I think the portal's about here-ish, isn't it? There it is. That I think, well, wow, that's not going to be a fun. It's got a spider tree in the middle. Just spotted that. Okay, let's put that and those away for now. We'll redo those and get them built up. But for now, let's head back. And once we're in, we'll go and deal with a few bits and pieces. So, we need to do this stuff, the aluminosilicate wool, and for that I need either sapphire dust and nether quartz, sapphire dust and silicon dioxide, ruby and quartzite, ruby and silicon dioxide, sapphire and nether quartz again, same again, ruby and things. And I think if I go and have a look at this and look at the usage of that, we're going to macerate it down into, and doing a huge flob, and then we're going to forge hammer it down to impure. We can centrifuge that for alamandine dust, which can be processed into 20 will get you 5 and 9. Or we can macerate it. We can macerate that. We can give that we can give it a wash, and then we can either centrifuge it, which will give us. We need all sorts for that, so we can go in there, and it's still 20, but I don't know whether there's any benefit, to be honest. That, do that, and then we can centrifuge that 1 to 1, or I can wash it and I still get a 1. We've got red garnet dust as well. Impure. Yeah, I think we just macerate it and forge hammer it and not worry about the practicalities beyond that. So I am going to get on with that. That shouldn't take me too long to get at least the first batch of some of this together. I've got some ground garnet sand there, which we did earlier, but let me throw you in. I'll put away what I can, which is probably not going to be a lot. And yeah, I'll be back in a mo. Alright, here we go. Forge hammer. We got the first batch of 64, so we'll forge hammer those down. And then we shall go and wash it and put it through the electrolyzer. I think is the one I want, and there we go. So yeah, big step forward. Hopefully we'll get this stuff going, and up. Make your mind up where you're going to be. And I do want to say a big thank you to David K8699, who pointed out that this is finished, by the way. That is the output dot. So that's the output dot. As long as I have one wire facing, so I can get rid of this and put it through like that. As long as I have a wire facing through there, then, and a battery in there, it should charge, and indeed it does. So that changes a lot for me. Not least of which, it means that I am not going absolutely bat Shit, crazy. So we haven't got a huge amount of power in the batteries, however, there. So we are going to take you and we are going to, no, we're going to electrolyze 20 at a time. So if I take 4 off, that's because there's no point putting those in. In an HV recipe. Goose wine. That bit catches me out every time. So I can't centrifuge that out. I can't. Still, it's still an HV job. Okay. Okay. Just take a deep breath. Take a deep breath. And don't let it get to you. Don't let it get to you, John. Why? Why? So, how am I doing this again? Now I need to go back to the drawing board. I know I can do it with one of these, because it does mention getting mica can be a little tricky, but you can get a substitute. And it basically says there's blah blah. If I can find the relevant section in this wall of text. Somewhere along the lines. Let's go and have a look. We need you. We want this aminosilicate wool, and we are going to use, well, for starters, we can get silicon dioxide. Silicon dioxide we can get from centrifuging glass or flint. That one we figured. And I should have flint. I've got lots of flint. Dust. I'll put you away. So what I need to do is grab green sapphires. There's some sapphire dust. That's ruby dust, which is not what I, well, it might be what I want. I'll come back to that. And somewhere abouts there's some blue sapphires. And I thought I had maybe some of that, but maybe I don't. Maybe I'm misremembering. Okay, where are the rest of my sapphires? There we go. Blue sapphires. And of course we have a blue sapphire, and we've got a sapphire dust, and we've got some green sapphire ore there. So that's simple enough. We can wash those. We'll take you out of the mix, because you are in fact not what I need at all. Wasn't there green sapphire and silicon dioxide, ruby dust and silicon dioxide? So we can actually use ruby, and let me just check the I'm not getting caught out again. Green sapphire and silicon dioxide, low voltage. Okay, so I'm going to take the rubies as well. Ruby, chipped ruby, purified ruby, some ruby. I think that's about all the ruby. Red granite, things, other things, and yeah, other things. Put that away. So we need to macerate the sapphires. That's going to take a while. Then we need to macerate the Now, what happens? What's the difference in these between macerating? I get 1, and forge hammer, I get 2 of those. And if I macerate, yeah, you just get smaller ones, don't you? So I might as well just macerate them. Yeah, okay. That can go in there, though. So I just need to process this lot up, and I'll be back in a bit. Okay, just a couple of quick jobs, then some washing. I've done the flint tan powder that I did, you know, the where are we? This flint dust. I've done that, so we've got a bunch. I don't know how much or whether we've got anywhere close to enough, but there's 38 of those, and there's another 40 odd ruby dust. So between that lot, I hope we'll have enough, because I really don't want to have to go mine any more sapphires. I mean, I don't mind going to sapphires, just that I don't want to go mine any more sapphires. So, yeah, that is a thing. Right, a wash. Incidentally, I did manage to get all of the stick reeds cross-pollinated and bred and moved into the thing. So we now have got a pretty solid gib, pretty solid amount of stick reeds over there, which means I can get lots of sticky resin, although I've also got lots of ways of getting glue now, because I've got the old slime tree farm up here as well. So, apart from the fact that there was briefly a skeleton there, which has gone, we have an alloy smelter, and I should be able to take 64 silicon dioxide. Well, let's just do 32, and then we'll drop 32 of these in for now. And they should cook up into 2 alumina silicate, I think it is. Aluminosilicate wool, yeah. And we need, for each one of those, damn it, 12, and I need to make 16. So basically, let's see what happens, shall we? Needless to say, you're not going to be sat watching this. I'm not that cruel. But I might make you watch the first couple. Or just the first one. Because the first one's taking quite a while. So there's 2. So I need 5 more of repeats of that, and that's my first one of the things. So I will be back for you in seconds, but for me it will be a bit of a drag. So see you in a moment. Okay, so my first snag. These pipes are not providing steam fast enough for this process. So I have 2 options. One is bronze pipes. No. You're not going to show. There we go. Fluid pipes. So I've currently got a small bronze fluid pipe, which has got a capacity of 800 litres per second. I could move up to a fluid pipe, which I can make those relatively cheaply, which will give me 3 times that. That's one solution. But maybe the other solution is to start to think and admit that maybe I have gone beyond the, if I can find the alloy smelters, gone beyond the steam alloy smelter, and maybe I should get the basic alloy smelter, and I'm being shouted for lunch. So I'll be back in a bit. Alright, so we need to do this the sensible way. Let's take ourselves, I managed to get another one out, but it's just too slow. Let's go and make ourselves a low voltage alloy smelter, which should be absolutely, oops, and there's a quest, so we'll come back and grab that in a moment. I probably want you, maybe I want you. In fact, I probably the other way around, maybe I want one, not the other. But we are going to whack this machine in. We'll stick it over this side. Take a couple of those. Pop that down there. Put that there. Out the top, stick you in there. In with the alloy smelter. And so let me just check my juice for starters. Yeah, not bad. So in with that. In with muffler. Which I do need. I don't think I've muffled any of these, so there you go. And there. That's just so for recording purposes, because, you know, otherwise it's horrendous. I wanted to have a look at that as well and see if I go yeah, we can. Why did they not work on the floor? It must have been a glitch or something, because that works a lot more sensibly. Most of this is non-spawnable anyway, so it doesn't matter. That's doing its thing. It's drawing quite a lot more power than I'm generating, but that's fine because I have got a full set of batteries there. And remember, I need 12 of these per block, and I need 16 blocks. Yeah. This is going to take a while. I'll be back in a while. Alright, we have got 12 stacks of amino silicate wool and 128 cupric nickel wires, which, if we go and have a look at this, 12 of those and 8 of those on program 3 makes one of those, with 2 ingots of molten tin. Two ingots of molten tin. How do you get 2 ingots of molten tin? Well, it turns out you do it with a machine that I don't have, which is the fluid extractor. However, I did make all of those circuits, so that's a big old step in the right direction. What we do need to do is start off with an LV machine hull, so we can get one of those going, and we've got that. Now I have got a few bits and pieces of the ingredient pre-made for something else, So we can add in one of our pumps. We can add in a circuit there and a circuit there. Need a couple of tin cables, which is there. A couple of pieces of glass. Okay, right. There is a trade in the coins section to get some glass. So coins, 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 glass. 32 glass dust for 50 explorer. Detect, claim, back. Claim. Thank you. And we need a block mold. This will work for that. At least, so that will give me those. So then it is just the electric piston, and that is all just common stuff to make. Wait, it's not all common stuff to make. There's some awkward things to make there, but you know. Let's have a look. No, let's try that again. Piston. We need a motor. So for a motor, I want one of you, 4 of those, 2 of those, and 1, 2 of those. I also need 3 steel plates, 3 steel plates, there's 2 steel rods, and a small steel gear, which is going to be, so I need 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 more steel. So they are going to process through our thing. I have been using the steam generator up there to recharge the batteries. It has been invaluable because this has gone through. I probably emptied the batteries 3 or 4 times by now. This is to get this stuff has used so much power. It's untrue. But the good news is we're now full in there. We're full in there, and I've just got these 3 plus the 1 up there. Right, I need the lathe to make me a couple of rods, and that will go with those and that to make the motor. I need 4 more steel rods, isn't it? Because that requires 4 steel rods. So 1, 2, 3, 4 steel rods, and 1, 2, 3, 4 steel plate. So they come out, they go in, sleep, because that battery is still charged by a power solar, so better to be daylight than not. That becomes our motor, which goes there. Now I need, yeah, okay, there's still bits we need. There's our 4 plates, and we're just waiting on our 4 steel rods. And then we're going to be in this wee beastie, and I need to get molten tin into there. I also am going to need to grab one of you. I'm going to need some wire cutters. I'll do this over here. Yeah, that's for that. Come on, almost there. Lovely. Right, and then we can recombine those, they can get melted again. Everything good. I am building this EBF this episode. I may not get it plumbed in, I might not get it working, but I'm bloody well building it. Got a little bit of tin, a little bit of iron, some steel. Okay, that's fine. So we need to make the pump. For that we need to make one of those. That's going to be that. Then we need I think I just need 2 wires, and we're laughing. Need you, don't need the hammer. That will go over there. That goes in there to make myself a fluid extractor, which in turn will be a quest. Thank you. I'm going to grab a stack of tin just to take with us. Whew, it's taken a long time. This multi-block, it had better be worth it. Okay, and there we take you out of there. We drop you in there. Snip that up. Pop that on. Right. So how much? How much? Where's my multi-block? Multi-block goals. You need 2 ingots per block, so 16. You need 32 ingots worth. At least it's reasonably quick. Oh, we'll get more on that, that's all good. Hope we get all of it in, actually. I can't believe that I'm this close to actually making that one block. No, assembler. You can have all of that molten tin, and then you can have one of those and some of that. There you go. And bang. Rinse and repeat. I'll be back in a mo. You know, I'm an idiot. I've actually only made 12 blocks of this. I need 16. I was just looking at the quantity here, and I need another 4 to go with these 64 blocks of... I think I've got everything else. I just need to make the amino silicate wool, which is of course several, well, I won't say hours now, it's probably only like half an hour or so. Each is 6 minutes per, and I need 4, so it's like half an hour, plus faffing around with the thing. Okay, I'm going to hang my head with shame. I'm going to get those 4 done. I'll be back in a moment. Alright, and there we have it. 16. Right, so we need to make this thing. It's a 3x4. I am going to position a 3x4 dirt cube. It seems to be an ideal situation to work out, because reading between the lines, and I'm going to go here 1, 2, 3, 2. So this is the structure that we will get. We need to take all of that lot out and grab you. This is a little bit too excitable, this old hooferator, but how do I How do I address that dark spot? I don't like dark spots. I mean, the simple solution is just not use half slabs. You know, not use the half blocks. Just go in and actually use full blocks, because the full blocks are non-spawnable. But for whatever reason, the sawn up version is not. So, looking at the information we have here, you're going to do that? Oh, we'll live. So it says the controller is the front bottom. There's 0 to 15 heat case machine, heat proof. The heating coils are the two middle layers. So that layer and that layer should all be heating coils, of which there are. Where have I put them? So it must be hollow. Let me just double check. It is a hollow structure. We need the input. So muffler hatch is the top middle. So that's probably the easiest one to place right now, because that is this one here. And I would say that that is probably the right way to go about that. Okay. Maybe we should sleep and get some daylight on this. And I'm not sure how long this episode's run for. To be honest, I want this done. This has been a definite quest. So the import bus, the input hatch, any bottom, liquid of any bottom, any output hatch, gas. Don't have any of those. So I'm going to guess that we need to come down here, and it does say, let's have a look, the energy hatch, any bottom layer casing. So I'm going to do the energy hatch there, because I want to bring the power down from here and into that. That's my thoughts. The output bus is any bottom layer. So we'll put that one there. And we'll work this out. This is what have I got left? Input bus and input hatch. Item input, fluid input. Okay. Input bus is any bottom. Input hatch is any bottom. So I'm actually now thinking that maybe the output hatch should actually go over here. And then we'll go and put the two input buses. That's your fluid, and that can be that. That one will be this itself. Your maintenance hatch, where do you go? Any bottom layer casing, so we'll stick you here. Then all of these three here, because the only thing left is these. And these. And I know there's more efficient ways of breaking these, but you know what? I've taken however many episodes this has taken. I think this is worth the wait. And then what's the problem? Pipe is loose, screws are loose, something is to what? That doesn't belong there. I mean, it can't be. I mean, can it? I suppose it could be, but... Right, well... I don't know what. I mean, that is not helping me, is it? Input separation, batch mode, cannot change mode. I don't know, do these need to face down? I sincerely hope they don't. The bloody expensive blocks to let despawn, so I'm going to fiddle around with this and try and work this out, but it's annoying if that's the thing. Finding any documentation on this beast is pretty impossible anyway, so but I don't know what else it could be. I mean, everything else is where it should be. All right, let me come back in a moment. Okay, I do not know if I worked this out. It was missing an energy hatch. It needed two. I need the screwdriver. That's what I need now, because I need to program a card, apparently. Don't know how you can... It still says it's got problems. I still don't know. I mean, I suspect it's not getting enough voltage. You know, has problems. It is off. It's on. And I think we can put that in there. And I think we can put a programmable card with program 1 in the slot if I can get that. Right click to reconfigure. Hang on. Needs a screwdriver. I've got a screwdriver. It's here, look. Oh, it's actually caught up. I don't know what was going on there. It's actually trying to do something. But it's not getting enough power. And the reason for that is I only have one input from one low voltage source, and I think I would need to bring that wants more pack juice, basically, I suspect. Nothing in the output, nothing in the liquid, because we're not using that recipe. So I think we need next episode, because this has definitely gone on long enough, to get the second one of these running, which means obviously we need to bring in another one of these. This needs to come down into here. That can do all of its thing. This will go down, that will come down to one here. Yep, and then the power will come, that will come out, and then we'll drop another power line down. And we possibly want more than one tin cable there, but we'll work that out as well. But I am happy enough with it. I don't know what this message is not helpful at all. Unless they change colour when, you know, something's in the wrong place. But what platings are dented means nothing. Yeah, bad interface design. Sorry. It is. Anyway, on that note, we are going to take a screenshot. And we are going to call this one an episode because it has gone on long enough. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.